Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 3 of my full platinum walkthrough for the Callisto Protocol. We are picking up exactly where we left off. In the previous video we went through the door, we are now in chapter 3, Aftermath. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a trophy out of the way. This is actually the last trophy I got in my my practice run. It's one I completely forgot about, and that's take a photo. So just photo mode, it's the normal sort of photo mode. Go into the menu and you can just move it around, do whatever you want. And then just press R2 to take a photo whenever you're ready, and that will get you the trophy Mugshot. There we are, off the top, trophy done, gets you in the mood. Right, let's do chapter 3. 8 collectibles in this one, and we're also going to be getting quite a few trophies. We're going to get introduced to gun combat as well, and things are going to get a bit more difficult, and it's going to kick in. The game's going to properly kick in at this point. No more messing around. So yeah, off we go. Don't worry about this one. When you open this door, hold left or right because there is an enemy directly behind it. So you will dodge the attack. So I'm holding left. And then I don't know why I swung then. I didn't take my own advice and just swung, went for the fences, and he hit me there. But just get rid of him quickly. Don't worry, there's nobody else. So take your time with him. Normal dodging. So if you are going to be trying to do the perfect dodges, the 5 perfect dodges, then obviously give it a go here as well. But don't worry about that. I will remind you at the end of, I think it's as we go into chapter 5 that we'll get the better suit. So also, I'm just going to remind you here to do a manual save in case anything goes wrong with regards to any collectibles or anything. We're going to do one of those at the beginning of every video as well. Yeah, so we're ready to go. So through here, nothing to see in here, checking corners. Even though I've been through here. That's what we want there, that orange glow in the window, that's what we're going for. So we're going to go through here. There's going to be a cutscene, and you're going to get dragged into this room off to the right. You can see there's enemies running towards us. But we're all good. And Jacob's me, us, isn't it? So we'll be fine. Elias has helped us out. And then just look through these lockers. I've not marked them in the top corner because it's random. It may, I think even the amounts of credits you can get is different, so you may get health if you need it. It's all going to be different potentially. Stuck on a bed. And then round here, this one is going to be health more than likely. I don't need any. And then start checking whenever you go past cases and you see a glare from your torch. It means it has, obviously it means it has glass on it. Glass cases you can smash and more than likely will have stuff behind them. Those didn't, but we will do from now on. And here we go, pistol. Weirdly, we need to make it, even though he's just thrown us one. I'm not sure why, but there we go. And it's quite expensive, but the exact amount of credits we need is in this crate, which is really helpful. Just imagine that. So 800. So they'll all be in there. We also have some stuff to sell here. So this is when we're going to start selling things as well. So go over to sell, and any energy converters, sell those. They're useless for anything else. They are literally just for selling. And then I'm going to just grab whatever else is in here. Got another energy converter, they're worth 100. So I'm just going to sell those as well. Just have a quick look, see I've not left anything behind. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm actually going to sell 2 health injectors as well. If you're worried, if you're struggling with regards to enemies and things like that, then don't sell the health injectors. Keep hold of them for now. But I'm just clearing inventory space at this point. And then we're going to purchase the gun itself, and we're going to get the trophy there. And then we're going to, little cutscene's going to kick in as you turn around. You have to do this bit because you've crafted the gun. And he's going to sort of talk to you a bit. And then you're supposed to carry on, but we're just going to turn around and do an upgrade on the baton first. So I'll just give you a quick tour of this thing as well. So on the right here, on the left, sorry, you got your health injector. You can craft health injectors. This is your ammo column. This is your stun baton, and this is your pistol, obviously. The only weapons we are going to upgrade and even purchase or find are the stun baton, which we have, the pistol that we have now, and then, so what I've done here is the left-hand side upgrade, the first left corner upgrade on the baton. Don't do any of the others. We're just going for the damage upgrades. No point to do it. You can see there you got damage level 1 and above that damage level 2, and that's us done on the baton with regards to upgrades. We're going to fully upgrade the pistol. We're going to get the shotgun. I think it's called the riot gun in this game. And then we're also going to get the machine gun, and that's it. We're not going to get any of the other weapons. You saw there, because I did the upgrade on the baton, we now have an R1, which is a heavy attack. I don't use it often. I find it a bit, when it's one-on-one, it's not too bad. Or if there's, I suppose when there is a group, it can help out as well. But it throws enemies back, and sometimes you want them close because you want to finish them off quickly. So it's not always the best, but it does give you a good, if you want to push them back and give yourself time to run away or maybe even heal. I don't know if you'd have time, but you know, you never know. Yeah, it's good for knocking enemies back anyway. So what we now have as well is, because we have a gun, is you're going to see, I'm going to show you one demonstration here. So as you get your combo off with your melee, so either 2 hits or 3 hits, the enemy's going to go flying back and there'll be an aiming reticle there. You see it. It will happen on every enemy now. All you need to do is hold L2 and fire using R2, and you'll automatically hit the enemy with the pushback. It's an automatic free shot. Now don't go shooting enemies, just ignore the gun pretty much. Save it. Save the ammo. Obviously ammo is not going to be everywhere, it's quite scarce. We want to save our money. We don't want to be crafting loads of ammo. So we're only going to use that in situations where it isn't one-on-one, or if you've got 2 or 3 enemies and you need to get rid of a couple of them quickly, then we're going to use still the baton, but then we're also going to incorporate the gunfight into it at the same time with the new aiming reticle thing that we have. But just straight firing at enemies we're just not going to be doing until right near the end of the game with the machine gun and the shotgun, because it's just not worth it at this point. Here we're getting taught to stealth kill, so crouch, and then when you get close enough you can stab. It's not something you will use at all, really. There aren't many enemies or chances you can do it on. There's going to be a couple coming up, but in Chapter 6, that's when we'll use stealth the most, because there are blind enemies. We actually need to kill 5 with those sort of attacks. This is an acid spitter enemy, so just sort of strafe left and right as you walk towards them, and you should be fine. So you can tell when they're about to spit, and then run towards them, and they do a single hit like that. So they always just do 1 hit. Sometimes they'll do a grab as well, which what this one does to me. Oh, I'm stuck here. Does to me in a minute. So they always just do 1 hit. So it's quite good to know that you can go straight for the combo after the swing. So don't worry if he does that. Just keep tapping triangle until he lets go. Now with these guys, you're going to want to close the gap like I have, because obviously they're lethal from a distance, and they only have the single swing when you get up close. Even at medium distance, they can potentially start doing the spitting again, so you'll need to get close to them again, and you get a cool little combo finish. It's quite rare to see this one, actually. I've only seen this one twice. Finish them off, and obviously stamp him, see what he's got. He's got some health, which is handy. And then we can move on. So that's yet another new enemy we have to deal with. They do also, that acid spit that they do does damage other enemies. So if you sort of get trapped in a situation where you've got a regular melee enemy and one of those spitters in the background, if you put the enemy in between you and the spitter, it will hit them rather than you, which is good because it can destroy them pretty quickly. So moving on, we're going to jump up through here. Ooh, scary. Carry on. So a bit of stealth. This is one of the only few stealth. Don't worry about the robot, it's dying. So as soon as you drop down, push forward towards this one, crouch and start going towards this one. Otherwise he's going to turn around and come back towards you. If you didn't get it in time, just restart checkpoint. Otherwise it's a pain in the arse waiting around in the gap. The pathing sort of closes and you don't get your chance again. Now you can wait behind this crate if you want to get the stealth kill on this guy. You don't need to. Just if you don't want to take it on head on, then just wait for the start. I'm going to take it head on because we need to get going. Oh, actually managed to get a perfect dodge there as well, and another. Look at me go. It's so random. It feels random almost, the perfect dodge. Like I'm doing the same time. Oh, it's off. Doing the same timing, or trying to do the same timing. It must be such a small window with the perfect dodge. So yeah, if you are feeling confident, start doing them now, because you just need 5 throughout the whole playthrough, but you do need to get them all in this sort of playthrough. You can use a single enemy that we're going to do later on. We're going to do a bit of a farm on a trophy, You can use him and sort of practice if you want, because it's right next to a checkpoint. So I'm walking over there because that is supposed to be the collectible number 5 in total, not in this video, obviously. But you actually need to walk towards, I forgot, you need to walk towards this door first, and then you're going to get told about ripping the back of people's necks out to get collectibles, which is what we'll do from now on. So once you're told about it, go and harvest the implant. This one, it doesn't usually take this long to do, but it's his first one. He's psyching himself up because it's not exactly a nice thing to do. Good old Transformers man, I forgot what he's called, the actor. And there we go, and this is going to allow us access to the door, but it is also a collectible as well. So go over to the bios, you can see there in the aftermath section, he's there. Eric Jane, and then just listen to the audio log. I'm going to skip forward, and then you can move on. We'll have a quick look in here. I couldn't remember whether there isn't anything, no glass cases or anything. I thought there might be in this one. See, there's nothing in there. You can tell when there is. But now once you walk towards this door, it will unlock because you have the security implant on you now. Little checkpoint there. Now as you come around this corner, don't go too where you can actually go right close towards it. There's an enemy here just on the floor. Just shoot him so he wakes up and comes towards it. Otherwise he's just going to grab you straight off the floor and you take the damage. You don't want to take the damage, obviously. Oh, he's done it anyway. But yeah, it rather than, it also negates a jump scare, I suppose, because it's one of the few times, they don't do it often in this game, the whole enemy line on the floor. They do it a couple of times, but it's not common. Right, the way out is to the left, but we're going to go down into laundry first and get some stuff. You're safe down here, so you can run around, don't worry. It seems like things are going to jump out everywhere. I'm actually really surprised nothing does. I was definitely expecting an ambush after, because we go right into a corner, pick up a chest in a collectible. Whenever you do that in a game, you get ambushed afterwards. So here we go, start smashing the cases. You get some credits there in that one, and then in here there's some ammo. No, I don't think there's anything in there. But then there's a washing machine, and I'm going to show you so you don't. But there's another one of those little things in it. There's a freebie there. Obviously don't do that. The horrible little things they are. You're going to see later on in this video as well, when you go into a place where the eggs are, they're everywhere. It's a real pain. So smash all these cases, get all the good stuff out them. And then we're going to harvest this collectible. This is number 6, Pruitt Matos. So give that a quick spin as well, give it a listen. I'm just skipping forward there, and then open this item chest up, see what goodies you get. You potentially will get different stuff to me, it's always different. Nice. But a pristine energy converter is definitely worth getting. I'm going to leave the ammo, I'm okay with ammo. I'm not going to be using it too often at this point, if at all really. But we're going to have to do some serious inventory management. So you can hear things running around, you think you're going to get ambushed, but you're absolutely fine. Yeah, some serious inventory management, because the only time you can sell is when you get to one of those upgrade machines, those terminals. We've only got 6 slots, and obviously we need to balance all sorts of stuff in there. So that's the way out. Again, we're going to take a little detour here to a secret room. Now there is a trophy for going into both secret rooms in the game. Obviously this is just going to be the first one, the other one's a lot later on. There is a collectible in here, so we do have to go in here for that reason alone. So yeah, it's going to happen, but just to pre-warn you. So that is a pristine one. So my reasoning, my rationale with the whole balancing inventory is, if it's a pristine one, it's worth 200. That's worth 100 more than selling a med kit. So, an injector. So I will drop an injector to pick up a pristine thing. But if it's just a normal energy converter, they're only worth 100, which is the same as a medical injector. So I might as well just carry an injector. So I will drop items to pick up a pristine, but I won't to pick up a regular one. Because it's obviously it's better to have the health. You can always sell the health for the same amount, or heal yourself if you need to. So yeah, because you will potentially get different things in the crates. So that's my reasoning. If it's pristine, take it. Drop something. I usually go for health because I find that I'm going to be okay with health. But if you're really struggling with health, you can, you know, drop some bullets or even energy later on. Although I wouldn't advise that. But when we get to that sort of situation, I'll try and advise you best I can. Jesus. Couldn't get that sentence out. Right, this is a secret room, number 1. And on the desk here, at the back, is Duncan Cole, Collectible. So give that a listen. That's 3 of 3. They actually don't get the last one until right near the end of the game. So it's 3. It's the 3rd of 3, but we don't have the other 2. So don't worry. It's a lot later on. So I'm going to crack this open here, and this is where there's going to be a pristine in there, and I do want that because it's worth 100 extra credits wise, which is a 1/3 of an upgrade on the pistol. So I want to grab it. I'm okay with health, so I'm going to drop one of these health. I could actually use it. So if you do need it, obviously use the health rather than drop it. And then just pick up the pristine. Otherwise, you're going to have to rifle through your bullets as well. But you may not be in that situation. And if it's just a normal energy converter, then just leave it and carry your health instead. And now we're going to loop back, Dark Souls style, back to the room we were in initially. I don't know why he's ducking. I definitely didn't crouch at the base of the ladder. Right, there's going to be a couple of enemies now. So this is the room we were in before where there's that other pristine thing. I'm going to grab that in a minute. So don't go running out of the door. Bring this enemy in because there's another one to the right. He won't come in the door, the other one. So we just can do this one-on-one. Hopefully you're getting used to the dodging now and realising how powerful it actually is, just holding left or right to avoid attacks and not having to time it. Although, if you are going for perfect, then you do still have to time it. So I'm just going to kill this guy first. That was an R1. I realised I hadn't actually done one up to this point to demonstrate it. He didn't like it, obviously. Which is fine. This is why I've done this little bit first before dropping a med kit to go and pick up the energy converter. Just in case I got damaged. Give him a quick stamp. 4. How generous. So now I'll just do a quick heal. I know it's a bit of a waste, but I might as well use it rather than drop it. And then pick this up. And now we'll carry on. So yeah, loading is because I'm on PS4. It's loading there. And a checkpoint. I completely forgot about this moment there. It's fine. It's obviously you get pushed back. He's not going to attack you through the window. Yeah, that as well. They will start doing that as well, where they sort of block your attacks. Which not sort of. They are blocking your attack and pushing you back. It's just something you'll have to get used to, that not all of your attacks are going to connect, especially with the ones later on that have the riot gear on. A bit of a cliche, I know, but yeah. The tougher ones have riot gear. And then through here, I don't remember there being 2 lots of quick time events here. I don't know whether that's a PS4 thing or not. I don't remember doing them on the PS5. And then this is going to be collectible number 8. Ewan Hayes. Oh, he's definitely getting a lot more confident with digging that knife in the back of people's necks. Yeah, he's not phasing him anymore. So yeah, give that a quick listen. Obviously I'm skipping ahead there. And then carry on. Another item chest here. And a somewhat decent attempt at a jump scare. Got some credits, I'll leave the ammo. So down here is where we want to go. That's a dead end down there. Down there is where we want to go. It's dead end to the right. So there's going to be a little bit of a cutscene here. I'm going to leave this in because it is pertinent. But this is a glove. It's an anti-gravity gun, whatever glove, whatever you want to call it. It allows you to pull things towards you, enemies, whatever, objects, crates and things later on. Now, it takes batteries, but it also charges really, really slowly. You'll see the blue line on the back of your neck when you're aiming. You need to aim. You can see there it's just lit up, but that usually doesn't show. It shows when you're aiming though. So you aim with L2 and then you press X and you pull whatever towards you. Now, the only way to get the energy is wait for it to recharge or use one of these batteries we're going to be picking up. These batteries are rare in that you can't buy them. I honestly don't rely too much, especially later on the glove, or upgrade it because there's better things. But we might as well use it for the remainder of this chapter. It's the most powerful thing we have at this point. But you will, go through the batteries pretty quickly. So you can see there, it pulls enemies towards you. I did it there because it means that it makes you do it. It slows the enemy down and everything, gives you a chance to use it. But it uses energy as you hold them, so you want to quickly pull them towards you, and then later on we're going to be shooting them into fans or just chucking them off the edges so we don't have to deal with them. So yeah, you want to be quite quick in your usage of it. Don't hang around holding on to things because it uses power that way. So I do have 2 enemies here. You will have as well, potentially. So I'm going to start using the gun to get rid of them quickly. Try and get that combo so I can get the blue. I don't know why I didn't get the blue, but his arm's fallen off and he's over there by the wall. So as long as you're holding left or right and slowly turning the camera towards you, who you think is going to attack, who will more than likely be the one that you haven't just hit, you will dodge them. And this is something you need to get used to and just know it's going to work. You can see him dodging there. So, hey, there's the final, by the way, that's the final perfect dodge. So float like a butterfly. Don't worry about getting it at this point. Just keep working at it. I'll remind you about it as we go. And then there is one of the batteries for the glove. I can't pick it up yet, but just through this door is going to be another one of those upgrade terminals. So we're going to do that and then come back for that. Basically unload all the crap that we've got. So the fuse that we grabbed out the previous door, we're going to put into this one. And then go straight ahead. You can see there's flashy things. There's also things to collect in here, but we're just going to unload. So go over to sell the 3 Pristine that I have. You may not have them. Don't worry if you're not keeping up with me on upgrades. You may be ahead, you may be behind. But obviously I'll tell you what to do, and if you are playing catch up, don't worry. It's not too much of a problem at this point. But I am prioritizing upgrades to make it as sort of easy as possible, really. So battery packs, unfortunately, it's going to give a little demo here. Basically saying there exactly what I told you before with regards to it slowly charging, or you can use a battery. So when it does run out, if you pull an enemy towards you and it runs out while you're holding them, you'll drop them. It doesn't automatically recharge, and then it will automatically recharge, and then you can repick them back up. It's a weird system, but that's how it works. I thought I could see something in there. Obviously not. I'm just going to leave those two things for a moment. I'll grab them on the way out. Can't quite get these credits here. Some credits. I don't know why I picked the ones up at the floor. So open these lockers up. Obviously you might get different stuff. And then we're going to do some more upgrades. We're going to get the second damage up, well, the first damage upgrade, the second upgrade on the baton on the left hand side. Again, we're just doing the left hand side. So get this this damage one, and then the next damage one is actually really expensive, and we're not going to be getting there anytime soon. So we're actually going to put 2, or work on getting 2 for the pistol first. So you can see there it's really expensive. So I'm going to go across to the pistol, and then we're going to do, we want this one, and then we want the one to the right for now. It's only 400 for the 2. So this one's a stability one. We're going to fully upgrade this weapon, by the way, because it's the cheapest one to do, and we need to do that for a trophy. And it's one we'll be using for a long time anyway. So the next one we're going to be doing, and the reason we're going to be doing it, is the ammo, the clip size, which helps out with inventory space, because then you can hold 10 ammo in your gun, which means you are less likely to, you know, have it in your inventory. Gives you that a little bit of extra storage, means you can, if you really want to, you can drop some bullets instead of health. So grab the stuff on the way out, the battery and the injector. Again, don't worry if you've not got the upgrades I just did. You'll get there. Just remember the ones I do. Again, you'll see what I do as we do it. So don't worry. Yeah, that's definitely something you want to walk into, isn't it? There is a collectible here on the floor. So we're just going to make matters worse by cutting this guy's neck open. And then we're not going to move off to safety or where it doesn't stink and read it. We're going to do it right here and just listen to what Dachs Symmons has to say. So listen to it and then we'll move on. If you just go to this corner in the right here, there's going to be a small item chest which you can stamp on. You may or may not get a health injector. I did. I don't need it at this point. I think I've got 2 of each, so that's fine. That's a decent spread at this point. 2 health, 2 batteries, 2 lots of ammo. Right, so there's going to be a cutscene. You're going to get on a lift and it's going to slam into the floor. And once this happens, do not jump up straight away. There's going to be an enemy on here you can't see that grabs you and scares the crap out of you the first time it happens, and it's horrible. It's one of these, so just shoot it from here. It's dead. Don't have to worry about it. I'll show you where they are. And then run forward and make sure you get this checkpoint. We're going to use this enemy in a minute. Right, so we've got the checkpoint. We're going to use this enemy to get a trophy. You can get a couple of trophies here. You can practice your dodging on him because he's right next to a checkpoint. He's all alone. We have what we need to do this. And that's in striking distance. So essentially what I want to do is weaken him up a bit. I don't actually weaken him enough here. And then I'm going to throw him against the wall and I'm going to hit him again. And he needs to die with that hit after he's been thrown against the wall to get the trophy. So I'm going to reload the checkpoint. The face grabber will be gone, so you don't need to shoot that egg-looking thing again. Just wait for the guy to come out the vent. He's over there somewhere. That's where he starts anyway. And then do this as many times as it takes, essentially. Hit him. I have to weaken him a bit more this time. So we'll go for 2 combos on him. And I'm going to pick him up. Now we want 2 combos. There we go. And I'm going to L2 X, throw him against the wall, and then crack him one more time, and that should get you in striking distance. If he dies with that final hit after the throw, then you're going to get the trophy. So just do that until you get it. Get used to dodging, mess around there, because it's a safe place and you've got, you know, the gun and stuff. There's also a trophy for grabbing enemies using the GRP glove. You'll get that if you spend a lot of time here. So there's another one of those face grabbers, so shoot that before moving forward anymore. Off we go. You're not going to see one in this video, but there are a few later in the game where I can't shoot them before we see them. So you will see them at some point, but just shoot them. The horrible things. If they do get you, you have to keep pressing triangle to free yourself like usual. So he's going to pop up. I think he came out the floor. I can't remember now. Obviously take care of him in the normal way. Don't go too far to the left and forward because there is one of those face grabbers there. So don't go too far forward. You can just see it in front of the fan there. That's another one. So shoot that. And now we're going to get another trophy, which is Workplace Hazard. And that's for throwing an enemy into a hazard. Obviously, it's that huge fan you can see there. We're going to make use of that. So quickly run around this corner. Hold L1, run round. He's going to pop out the grate. Just pick him up straight away. And use R2 to throw him into the fan. Workplace Hazard. We're going to be doing a lot of that, so don't worry if you don't get it there. And then round here we've also got a collectible. This is number 10 in total. Kerry Brown, who has one of the worst profile pictures. If you go into it and see her, she's got squinting. I don't know what she's doing. But okay. There's no audio with this one, so just go into it and check it. And then open up this chest, see what you get. Nice. What do we get? Is that Pristine? I think it is here. I have to mess around again. Yeah, that is a Pristine one. So I do want to pick that one up, really. There's a little stomp in frustration, apparently. So I do drop a health. I could actually, if you do need it, obviously use it. There's a couple of health coming up as well. Now, what you can't do is go to a checkpoint, reload, and expect whatever you got out of the chest to still be there. So you kind of have to deal with the situation now before carrying on. So up here, there's going to be a checkpoint. There we go. Obviously, crouch. That is a spitter, and then there's two regular guys down there. There's a really easy way to deal with this fight. There's two spitters, two regular. You just have to deal with the first three, and then another spitter will turn up. Now, we're going to use the glove and this, which I'm pointing at right now, which is an explosive canister. You can line up the two regular enemies to die from this explosive canister. You can either pick them up and throw them using the glove, or you can just shoot them like I'm doing. So when the top one, the furthest one, is going off to the left again, there's going to be a point where they cross like that, and you can get both of them. And that's just you and the spitter. And you can drop down and either melee him or do what I'm about to do, which is throw him into the spikes. There are spikes here. So pick him up. So this is why I don't rely on the glove, because that took the energy from the glove. And he doesn't throw that far. Obviously you can do the upgrades, but we're not going to do the upgrades for it. And now once you've done that, there is going to be a fourth guy. Just wait here for him to come bursting through there. There he is. I don't really want to fight him, so we'll just stick him on there. There we go. There's no enemies for a while, so the battery will charge up. And then stomp them. Do make sure you do the spitters, because they do, if they give you credits, they give you a lot. Unlike the 4 that sad little man just gave me. 14's not as bad. And then go around here to pick up the gate fuse. Now, you may have seen me point at a point where there is another gate fuse. There is actually a schematic for a new weapon in there called a skunk gun. We're not going to make any of the other weapons, so don't make them. If you come across the schematic, don't make the other weapons, because then ammo will start dropping for these other weapons. And that's going to take up precious ammo slots, or not ammo slots, but it will mess up the drops. We won't get machine gun or shotgun or pistol ammo, stuff you'll actually use. You won't use the skunk gun, so don't worry about it. So that's why we've not gone back for that. And then, yeah, I'm just going to miss this, or skip this lift ride. we're going to get a trophy, and then we've got some combat situations coming up. Initially, when I first did this chapter in my practice run, the video combined video length of all of them was 2.5 hours. This one's 56 minutes. Obviously, it's a lot quicker. These few combat situations, because I wasn't used to it, were a nightmare. I thought they were impossible. Well, not impossible, but just not fair. But they're actually really, really easy once you know what you're doing. So Elias is going to go on with himself talking, and you'll get the trophy if the SHU fits. That is a story one. That's going to happen. And then down here is another upgrade terminal. So if you didn't get the baton, the first damage one, grab that now. Sell whatever converters you have. I'm going to get this ammo capacity one, which will make the clip, it'll make it bigger, meaning we can have 10 in it now. So if it's in the gun, it's not in your inventory, so that's a good thing. And then from there, we're going to save up for the final baton one, which is a ways off yet. But we will get the other two for the pistol at some point. So yes, reload, and it will take the bullets out your inventory. Quick scan there, so nothing going on, and then off we go. So there's going to be 3 enemies at the other side here. 2 spitters, which we need to prioritize. The other one, don't need to worry about. And we're going to use the glove. Don't use your weapon. You can just pull them towards you and let go. So when you get close enough, so you think it's about here, just pull it towards, let go. Pull it towards, let go. And then we're not going to use the battery on this guy, because there is a big fight in this room coming up. Not straight away, so don't worry. It's just this guy for now. He's a tricky one. He's blocking. As soon as you go through this door, it will shut you. You'll see it happen in a moment. But you're okay until you do that. There we go. Right, so get familiar with this room. You've got 2 corners here. In this corner you've got the health injector, which you can grab. You can either grab this one or the other one, or both if you want to. You won't be able to go, so all this here is machinery that's going to start spinning and tear you apart. So I would advise the pack over the health, the battery pack. There's another one here, and there's another health on the wall. You're not going to be able to come back through this section until later, so maybe grab the battery and health from this side. And then grab these 2 fuses. You can actually, as I said, you can't get back. You can get back. You can vault over the sides, like the enemies do. And then we're going to jump up on this side and make sure that you get this collectible now before the checkpoint triggers. So pick this up. This is Tadhg. Again, no audio with him. Just take a look at it. And then put these 2 fuses in here. And once you put the second one, it's going to trigger and the fight's going to start. So be ready. There is another health thing behind me there as well. So I did die, and I'm going to show you how. And it wasn't, well, it's technically my fault, but I'm going to show you what happened. It almost happens in this second attempt. So pick this first guy up, throw him in, and you can see there I got the chew 'em up trophy. That is for throwing people into these things. Obviously it counts because I've gone back on my checkpoint because I died. So if you want to farm it here, you can. Don't worry if you don't get it. There's plenty of opportunity. But I would say probably farm it, get it done, and get used to this sort of scenario. So you've got one in the corner there, then you've got the one guy that drops behind you, and then a spitter is going to come from this side. You cannot walk through there, so do not try. You will get chewed up. Just pull the spitter towards the spinning blades. This big guy will appear in this corner next. He's okay, he's on his own, so take your time with him. It is sort of staged this, so when certain enemies spawn, it will wait to spawn the rest. You're okay, so just take a minute, deal with him the old-fashioned way. Don't waste your ammo or your batteries in him. It's one-on-one, it's fine. And you're going to see what happened. I think it nearly happens again at this point. Yeah, so because I hit him, I sort of travel there. Whoa, travel with the hit. And because I did that, I travelled into the blades and got chewed up because I overswung after killing an enemy. I thought it was funny at the time, but obviously not. And that's how I got that trophy before, because I'd already started. It was right at the end as well, throwing them into the blade. So the next guy's going to appear from here, so just pick him up, throw him in there. There's going to be another 2 from here. I don't know why I shot him. I was supposed to pick him up, throw him in there, and then deal with the third one on your own. They do spawn in the same place every time, so it's not random. And then you've just got another bunch of 3. Getting close to this thing again. Stop taking me so close to this. So get ready with your GRP. We're going to throw a couple into the blades again. Here they come. So we'll pick you up, throw you in, we'll pick you up, throw you in, and then you just got this last one over here. Where are you? There we are. So he's one of the riot guys. There can be a bit of a pain with the blocking. And this is the last one. Once you've just you and him, this is it. This is the last guy. So you can take your time again. Or you can just throw him into the blades if you really want to. And there we go. So at this point it's all going to slow down and stop. So walk around, stomp everyone, get your money, get your health and whatever else they drop. See, it's actually not too bad, this fight. Once you know how it's staged and what's coming from where, it's fine. So there is that other health up there. I'm not going to go and get that. I need to stomp you because you got good credit. 77 from that one. I'll pick that up. What are we on here? I'm full at the moment. Just check your bios as well. Make sure, in case, because you've been messing around with the checkpoints, make sure they're all still there. For whatever reason, it might get rid of them. I don't know why. As you open this door, this guy's going to come crawling towards you. You've got 2 options when it comes to the crawlers. Obviously, dodge left or right. They will just do one and then they'll retreat backwards, and you can't stomp on them straight away. You do have to walk forwards a little bit and then you can stomp them, or you can just swing your baton at them. The stomp actually obviously does 2 things in one because you're going to stomp them anyway.
The choice is yours.
And then you've got your upgrades. Sell whatever you don't want. If you have any converters or anything. There's actually a converter over here. So I'm going to sell one of my health so I can pick up that converter and sell that as well. I wouldn't sell the batteries. Keep hold of batteries because, again, that you can't make them. They are only scavengeable. Is that a word? Scavenge? No, I'm not going to try saying that again. That was weird. You can only find them out and about. You can't make them. So once they're gone, they're gone. So if you need the upgrades, you should be able to catch up with me at this point. Or get close anyway. And I'm going to activate the SHU cells. And we're going to go down for another little bit of a fight. There's only 3 enemies. You can separate them as well, so it's fine. Give them a quick another stamp. And through here. Just checking there's nothing around there before we go. And then take this lift down. You can see there's one there stumbling around. That's a spitter. Now if you're quick here, if you run out, and then the second sort of bit on the left here, just here, there's going to be one coming out the grate. Just pick him up and throw him over the edge. Means you don't have to deal with him because he's one of the riot ones that are a pain in the arse. Now you can wait for the spitter to come towards you, or you can just pull him towards you and throw him over the edge. But there is going to be another guy, a fire one, that's going to come from the back. So I'll give him a quick shot in the leg, just to slow him down basically. So it's just me and the fire one. I'm trying to put the spitter between me and the fire one. It almost worked. And then I do get hit there because he moves. So I have to go with him. Just wait, don't go running in. Wait for the spit and then go running in. Because it gives you that moment. Otherwise he'll be ready for you. His arm fell off. There we go. Nice 72 on there. And then we're about to get the final collectible for this chapter, which is Dani Nakamura. That is in here. So just look for the button. I got a bit turned around there. It's this one here. So press the button. There's going to be a cutscene, and then you will end up in Nakamura's prison cell. Dani Nakamura's prison cell. And then turn around and pick up her collectible. And it is her from Suicide Squad who played the actress. I've completely forgotten her name. But you'll find her in Persons of Interest as opposed to Aftermath. And there it is. And then open this up. And we can leave. So another little bit of a scene here as you climb up. I'm just going to skip ahead. And you'll be in the vent. Almost there. No crazy fights or anything coming up at this point. We're just a little bit of messing around. Nothing serious. The big fight is already done for this chapter. I think it's this one. No, it's going to be... Yeah, there is one. As you drop down here, there's going to be an enemy. See what we get. Ammo. And push through. So there's lots of traversing. There's one of those little annoying slugs. So they are coming up. There's a few face huggers that we want to get rid of before they get us as well. So it's as you come through here, a bit more. So when you have to jump over a pipe, which is coming up in a moment, do not jump over it straight away. There it is. So there's going to be one of those face grabbers. As long as you don't jump over the pipe, it won't get you. It's not there. It's there. You can just see it in the distance. It's a sneaky one, this one. So just shoot that so you don't have to deal with it. I don't know why I stomped it. And then when we jump over here and go through here, this is where I think this is just where the room is. Coming up to it now, yeah, it is. There's going to be loads of those little worm ones. Don't go running down the stairs away from them. If you can, try and run towards them. They're to the right. They're sort of everywhere, and they jump at you like that, which you've seen. Just keep doing triangle. If you can, stomp on them as well. If you can get to them, swing, do whatever you can to get to them. You can try and block as well, but they still damage you. It's a real pain in the arse, these things. I think there's one more going to appear in a minute. There's one of those face grabbers at the end down there, down the stairs, so that's why I said don't run down. He came out of nowhere. He was not there in the practice. There was only 2 in here in the practice, to be honest. So I don't know where all these extra ones have come from. So you will need about 5 or 6 ammo at this point for a trophy we're going to be getting. You will get a couple in a minute coming up, but you shouldn't have been using your ammo at all, really. It's not the only place you can get this trophy, but it is the first, so don't worry. Should have plenty of ammo. Melee over anything. So as you turn around, there's going to be an enemy. There he comes. That'll help. And then we're going to pull this vent off using the glove. One more little guy down here, and then you're going to just see in the background there's going to be one of those security robots, and that's the trophy we're going for. We need to shoot one, kill one, take its head off basically, and that's what we're going to do. And this is actually the place where I died as well here, not with this guy, with the robot, because they insta-kill you. They're a real pain in the ass, because you think you're hidden, but their fire will get you. It's a bit of a pain, not literal fire, but they're bullets. There should be a couple of rounds here waiting for you. And then I jump over here. There's going to be some credits to the left. And then you will checkpoint as you jump over here. So I will just scrub in a moment because I did die. And you can see he's here. So just stay on this corner and watch him path. And he's going to come on the other side of these lighter boxes on the left hand side, and that's when we'll start shooting. So we're going for the head, and you can do this as many times as you need to until you've killed him properly. So 1, 2, 3 is lucky, and then just move to the side and then try and get another couple of shots. It takes quite a few. Do not stand out in the open. He'll just instantly kill you if he starts shooting. There we go. So once you get the headshots, enough of them to take him down, and you'll get the Terminated trophy. A decoder, that's worth a lot more. That's another thing we're going to sell. So make sure you stamp him and get that. No, not the damage thing, the grab. Yeah, you think with the robot, you think you're okay. You're just out of sight, but no, just one. It just takes a couple of bullets to hit you, and it just tears you apart. It goes through the whole animation. So don't get too cocky with them. Energy converter here. If you can pick it up, do so. If you can't, it's only worth 100, so don't drop health for it. And there's nothing else of interest coming up. We are near the end of the chapter now. We've just got to do a bit of a suicide run, I suppose you'd call it, towards some spinning spikes. So we did checkpoint there, so don't worry if these spikes get you, you'll be fine. So just check you've got all your data bios, everyone's still here. And that's the final thing before moving on. If you haven't, then obviously you're going to have to use that manual save and go through it all again, I'm afraid. So we're going to push through here and then off to the right hand side in a moment. There's going to be spinning blades. They won't get you straight away, but just be aware. There's going to be 3 or 4 enemies as well. So it's a bit Souls-like this, because it's, yeah, like the Elden Ring. So just kind of duck into the side and use left and right to duck or dodge the attacks from the enemies. So there was another one that came out the vent there. He got sliced up on the way back. So just trigger it again and then move off. I try and run for the vent. I was trying to see if we could go for the vent. You can't, so just back away. There's not enough time. Whoa, don't do that. So this one, he's not up for dying. He's a clever one. So you're gonna have to dodge and then make sure you do step back into the alcove. But he's stop it. You're supposed to get hit by the spinny thing. There we go. Had to dodge, block it, but it was worth it. So just step forward, trigger it again, and then move up and jump in here. You will hear another one behind you, another enemy at this point. He will get sliced up. And that's it. That is... Whew, that was a longer one, wasn't it? It's the end of the chapter. Here at the checkpoint, it literally was the checkpoint as well, because we did just get a checkpoint. So there's going to be a cutscene as you walk towards this window. I'm just going to skip this.
I'll be in touch.
No, you won't. You're going underground, man. No signal till you reach the dome.
Oh, that figures.
Walk around here. There's going to be 3
Just get a move on, yeah? There should be a hatch nearby.
lockers. It's going to be random what you get, obviously. And then open up this, and then go down the ladder. And that's it. That is this chapter done. Moving on to chapter 4 after this. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.